Have you ever had breakfast on a rowboat? I have, just once, on the Mekong River in Vietnam, and it was one of the most memorable breakfasts I've ever had. Hey, good morning everyone. It's JB from Will Fly for Food. I'm standing here in front of my hotel right now. I'm waiting for my driver, whatever, to pick me up. I'm in Can Tho, Vietnam. It's the biggest city in the Mekong Delta and the fourth biggest in the country. And I'm up this early because we're gonna go on a tour of the floating markets. And it starts really early, so you have to leave really early. So it should be interesting. That's what this area is known for. So I'm psyched for this. Let's go. Okay guys, so first off, I want to apologize for the hoarseness of my voice during that unenthusiastic opening. It was around 4:30 in the morning and I was still half asleep when I had to meet my guide for this private tour of the Mekong River in Can Tho. We rode to the dock and boarded a small boat to make our way to Saigon and Phong Dien floating markets. We arrived at around 6 a.m., which is why we needed to start so early. And we got company. As you can see, we got two larger boats up ahead of us, full of tourists, faster than us of course. The floating market is the biggest attraction here in Can Tho, the number one reason why people come here, I believe. So naturally, everyone is up this early to go to the market. Okay, we're slowing down, I think, and I'm starting to see a few vendors and a lot more boats. So the floating market is definitely up ahead. This wholesale market has been in existence for over 100 years. It's the biggest in the Mekong Delta. You'll find dozens of boats here at any time of the day, but most of the action happens between 6 and 7 in the morning. My guide told me that many of the vendors live full-time on their boats and only go on land to restock their goods. Interestingly, you can tell what type of produce a boat is selling by looking at the top of its pole. Alright, you see those things like stuck on the poles on the boat? That's basically to advertise what the boat is selling, what goods you can buy on board. This one I think is coconuts. Is it coconuts? No, I don't know, I can't really see right now. Okay, just floating through the market, checking it out. And like people are selling like tubers, yams, pineapples. How very interesting. It's like we're just going through the aisles of a Western supermarket right now, just checking out what's on the shelves. It's so funny. You see that smaller boat there attaching itself to the larger boat with tourists? Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot here. I guess they attach themselves on, they try to sell their wares to the tourists. You got like this vendor here selling drinks, making coffee or milk tea or something like that. Okay, so my awesome boatman just ordered us some coffee. So the guy making the coffee just is right here. He attached himself to our boat. He's gonna make coffee right now and serve us coffee on the boat here in the floating market in Can Tho. How dope is that, right? Hello. Okay, so we just got coffee from this vendor on the floating market. How awesome is that, huh? I've never had coffee on a boat like this before, so what a welcome experience. Thank you. There's my awesome boatman. Thank you so much. Check that out. It's a gas station. It's a gas station right on the river. Ever seen that before? Okay, so we just refueled and we're on our way to the second market right now. According to the person at my hotel, it's a smaller market, but it's more local, so it should be interesting to see the differences between the two. Even from a distance, you'll notice right away how different Phong Dien is from Saigon. It's much more intimate, with vendors on smaller boats like ours.
This is where I would stop for a breakfast of tieu or rice noodle soup, one of the best and most memorable breakfasts I had in Vietnam.
This boat right here's got longan, watermelon, pumpkins, mangoes, tubers like potatoes, oranges, limes.
This delicious breakfast of tieu on the Mekong River at around 7 in the morning is one of the moments I will remember most from my time in Vietnam. This, for me, is what travel is all about. I thought our tour was done after visiting the 2 floating markets, but we were just midway through. My boatman would steer us out of the main river and into the smaller channels to get a closer and more intimate feel for life on the Mekong. This may sound strange, but life on the Mekong felt oddly familiar. It felt like any provincial town in Southeast Asia, except here you had boats instead of buses, rivers instead of roads.
Okay, so my guide told me that the water here does rise when it rains pretty hard. It rises about just a few centimeters. But then it does, once the rain stops, it does go down within an hour or so. So that includes the house, right? I mean, it floods like a few centimeters inside the house. I guess they're just so used to it. It's just become a way of life, you know. They just deal with it and move on. So things get caught in the rotor now and then. You just gotta stop and take it off. Alright, so I'm following my guide right now where he's leading me to the place, to the rice noodle making factory. So we're gonna watch them make rice noodles. So this rice is broken?
No, that's skin of rice.
Okay.
You have burning fire because it's cheap and gas.
Oh, yeah.
He boiling the water in the buckets. That's the water.
Yeah.
On the buckets on the top. That is the cotton.
So steaming it?
Yeah, steam.
Yeah.
Tại người mình cái người nước ngoài người ta là mấy cái đó là nó quay chăng à, kiểu mà giòn giòn á.
After the sheets of rice paper are stacked onto these bamboo racks, they're left to dry under the sun for several hours before being cut into noodle strands. According to my boatman, rice noodles can be made either by hand like this or by a machine, but most people still prefer noodles made by hand.
Small size. Just open this. 1, 2.
Oh, so cool.
And you get the noodles under.
Oh, very fresh. Alright guys, we just came from the noodle making factory. After they showed me how they make it, they gave me a little demo. They gave me this little takeaway thing of food. Look at this, like fried noodles. This looks so amazing. It's crispy. The noodles in here, I believe some pork, some omelet, and some salad. Yeah, and I poured like a coconut oil all over it. This is gonna be so delicious. Oh, let's dig into this, man. Fried Vietnamese noodles. Let's go. It's like I'm eating a cross between noodles and chips, man. This is amazing. It's a little sweet from the coconut oil. The egg is sweet. The noodles are nice and crunchy, delicate.
Not hard at all. Some pork flavor in there and some freshness from the vegetables. Again, Vietnamese balance, man, with their food. Delicious. Alright guys, so we're out of the smaller channels and we're now back onto the main Mekong River, the much wider river, and we're slowly cruising our way back to the port where we boarded. And that's it. We visited 2 markets today before taking an awesome ride through the canals of the Mekong River, exploring the local life. And so we headed back to the port and the end of my Mekong River adventure. I visited 3 cities in the region, and each stop gave me a unique glimpse of what life is like in the Mekong Delta, an area defined by this murky and mysterious river that is clearly the lifeblood of Vietnam and much of Southeast Asia. As always, thanks for watching guys, and happy traveling.